welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. Guess who's here? Guess
Hi, you
who's here?
guys.
Guess. So you guys, you love the Linda and Kirsten combination. You talk about it all the time. And I had somebody yesterday, Linda, who she said she didn't know we were friends, which is funny.
Oh, you're the one that introduced me. In fact, in my book, I talk about it.
I can't wait to read this book. I'm really excited about it. She said, "Oh, you guys, you just flow so well. When you start reading together and this and that, and you flow so well, and this and that. And we love, I love the combo, and everybody always talks about it." And I said, "Well, that's because we're friends in real life." And she goes,
Yeah.
"What?"
I encourage
goes,
you to start doing psychic readings at Angel Heart.
Yeah.
And then you took off on your own, and I was a guest on your show, and I didn't want to do my own show, but the guides were pushing me at it, and I said, okay. I reluctantly did it. I'm glad I did, and it was because of you.
I'm really glad you did. And I wouldn't be doing this professionally if it weren't for you. So this is some serious tit for tat going on, which is great.
And I just
So for those of
released
you,
my book, you guys.
I was just going to say, for those of you who don't know, this is the book, and it's called Unveiling the Extraordinary.
Extraordinary. It's
And
on
what's the tag?
Amazon.
What does it say on the? What does it say under the title?
Unveiling the Extraordinary: A Comanche Psychic Medium's Journey Through Life, Death, and Beyond. It is
Wow.
#1 in New Age under Amazon, and it might be even on the regular books. I haven't looked in a while, but it was up to 40 something, which isn't bad.
That's really good. That's
Yeah.
really good. So you guys, you can get the
It was
book
down
just came
to
out.
7,000 when I first took it out. Now it's up way up.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's just congratulations. That's Linda has been talking about writing a book maybe for as long as I've known her. Maybe. At least pretty quickly after we met for sure. She caught
And
so this has been
I get along with
years.
Scorpio women, and with you, it was bada bing, bada boom.
I know. This book has been years in the making. It's literally been years in the making because I remember she would talk about it and you go, okay, I'm gonna start writing my book. Okay, I gotta start writing my book. And so she's been working on this for a really long time. Like this is not a flash in the pan. This is not something she just dashed
It's
off.
just
I mean,
like
this has been
doing readings. They told me I was going to do a YouTube channel, and I said, what? Oh, hell to the no. And they said, you'll help calm people down. And now I'm going on 68,000.
which is
But
so exciting.
it's so exciting. And the book, I was on it, started, stop it, started, stop. And then I went to a friend's house in Malibu. She's writing a book too. And we just sat down and started doing our books, and it just flowed out of me.
Yes. I love that. What's funny is way back in the day. Just picture it. All right, you guys just picture it, okay? I am what am I? I'm like not really, I mean, I'm reading cards. I've always been psychic, but never entered my mind to do professionally. I had an injury, and this is what leads me to Linda. So for those of you who don't know the backstory, I have an injury and I have seen every doctor in the world, and like nobody, and they're all telling me all these terrible things. And I'm like, I need help. I need help. And I'm literally walking past Angel Heart in Benicia. It's a beautiful building on the corner, beautiful white building on the corner,
Jack
right by
London
the
used
water.
to write his stories from that building.
Yes. Yeah. Well, because it was a whorehouse. All the buildings downtown were whorehouses.
Those minor details.
We were like the whorehouse capital of California. That is no joke. So I'm walking past, and something in me said, "Go in there, go talk to somebody." So I go in there, and Linda's sitting next to the owner, Carol. She's sitting there, and I said, I think I need a reading." And Linda, this is just pure Linda, because she goes, "Yes, you do." So we immediately she was busy. We go in the room, and she's doing the reading, and she tells me, "You're going to make a full recovery from this injury." And the doctors, they're wrong. You're going to make a full recovery. And I think that was the answer I knew. You know what I mean? Deep in me.
Yeah.
You don't remember it because we don't remember.
I know.
Readings.
I don't remember anything I read. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. I don't remember either, hardly at all. Every once in a while, something significant will
Well, when
stick.
we're getting from source, we don't hold on to it. We just say it.
No, no, it's just right. So you said, nope, you're gonna make a full recovery. You're gonna prove all these doctors wrong. You're gonna be okay. And I walked out of there. And about, oh, I don't know, 9 months later, I come back. And because I had another issue and I couldn't, and this was, and all this weird stuff starts going on. So this very weird metaphysical stuff going on. And I'm like, I have to go back and see that lady because I don't know what this is. This is weird. So I came back and same deal. I'm walking past, I go in, and there's Linda sitting by the counter, and I need a reading. So we go in the room and Linda starts reading. She's telling me, okay, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. And I said, because you were throwing cards, and I said something about, oh, that's the da da da. And she goes, oh, you read cards. And I said, yeah, I do. And I wasn't doing it really professionally. I was doing it for friends. I wasn't really doing it for money. And immediately, and this is why I love her. There's a lot of reasons why I love Linda, but this is like with no hesitation, she just goes, when I'm done with this, you read me a little bit. So I had no idea. It was
Right,
basically an audition, to work at Angel Heart, but I didn't know that.
right.
But so you finished my reading, and so I read for you a little bit and I nailed it. And you go, okay, that's it. You brought me out and you go, Carol, you got to hire her. And listen, you guys, I was out of work. I had no money. I was on disability. It stopped paying because I was, once you're done on disability. I still had that injury. And that allowed me to get back into work.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And then I'll tell you two more things, you guys, and then Linda and I are going to read on some stuff. But um, we started reading for each other privately. We're doing readings for each other for years. We've been doing this now. Linda's one of the best psychics, one of the best mediums. Actually,
Oh,
I mean, I would say the best that I've really ever come across, and just so gifted, so talented, and so comforting. Linda can give you bad news. I try to emulate this. I'm not as good as it as you are, but Linda can give you bad news and make it seem okay. Like she'll be like, "Listen, this thing's gonna happen, but it's okay because you're taken care of. You're protected. God is there for you." You can deliver things that other psychics, I've been to other psychics, they just say it. They'll just say, oh,
yeah.
by the way, you're going to die in 6 months, and you're just like, what? Linda doesn't do that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're reading for each other. And at one point I say, you're going to be famous. I see you on TV. I had a vision. I
Oh
saw
my
this
God.
woman on a screen. I saw her on the screen. And I remember you were doing comedy at the time. You go, oh, for the comedy. I go, no, for being psychic. You're going to be famous for being psychic. And you go, okay, okay, okay. And then couple months later, we're reading for each other again. And all of a sudden, you probably don't remember this, but Linda turns to me and says, because I say again, I see you on screen. I see you on screen. I see it. You're going to have your own show. And you come out of nowhere and you go, oh, I know, you're going to help me get there. Do you remember that? You don't remember
No,
it, huh? Yeah.
I don't
This was
remember.
years ago. This is maybe 2013.
Yeah. Wait, when did I start working at Angel Heart? I started my
I know
YouTube channel in 2018.
you started in 2018. I started mine in 2017. I know I saw you at Angel Heart in 2012 because it was just after my dad passed away.
Okay.
So yeah, so that for those of you who don't know, that is our backstory. That is our
Yeah.
backstory. Yeah.
And we crazy too. You know what I'm saying?
We're crazy as hell. We tone it down. Let me tell you guys, we tone it down when we're on camera with y'all. There's a
But
we super tone it down because y'all, when we are alone together, it's a little
it's
crazy. It's
terrible.
ridiculous.
It's terrible.
We're the funnest people though. We have a good time. We know how to have a really good time. So Linda, let's get into some stuff. I want to talk about I want your thoughts on the TikTok ban. So Congress is once again attempting to ban TikTok completely and totally from the United States. Do you think it's ever going to be banned?
Is TikTok part of China?
Yes.
Will TikTok ever totally be banned? I just heard yes.
You think so?
Now
Really?
I see it's free commerce, like we should be working with each other, but it feels like a Republican thing.
So I saw the list of right now. It's in the House. I want to put cards down on it too. I saw it in the House. there's mostly Republicans trying to ban it, but there's a few Democrats that
Yeah,
are on board with trying to get rid of it. I guess the whole, I mean, that's careers. So many people made their careers on TikTok. So
yeah,
that's a labor force. Do you know what I mean? That would
yeah.
sort of disappear. They'd have to how
Well,
to
it's
make it on other.
interesting. I heard no, and then I heard a compromise. So I don't know how, but they're going to manage to make it stay in. That's interesting. It's
You're
not
right.
no and it's over.
Yeah.
That's the two of cups. So the compromise.
Same, 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 same. But I see like Congress gets something. Like you're saying, there's something there. Like so,
They're offering
I don't.
something.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, there's something. This is interesting. It's really interesting. I think also with Pluto and Aquarius, I think trying to stop anything, digital, because that's Aquarius. Aquarius is innovation. It's all the digital stuff. It's all the tech stuff. Like, good luck trying to stop tech stuff with Pluto. I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't.
I,
I do
I
not.
see it still moving forward.
It's very interesting.
But handled
So,
mostly, the TikTok in the United States is mostly the United States.
it is. It is. I guess the big deal with them, with the Congress, is that they think China's just stealing a bunch of information.
They probably are because they steal all the time.
They do. I mean, that's kind of a, there has why ban the whole app then? Why don't you just put safeguards in place to where they don't steal information?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird that they want to ban the whole app. Um, Tell me your thoughts on our best friend Trumpy, and he's going to be the nominee, right? Like I mean,
Oh
this
yeah,
is it.
he's the
He's it.
nominee, but he's not going to win. I'm telling you right now.
Nobody said, and it's not in the astrology. All the astrologers I talk to are saying the same thing. Like, it's not in his astrology to win. What do you think about the Supreme Court? And then, I mean, he's got this. I'm sure you all know this. Trump has appealed to the Supreme Court basically with I call it the Nixon defense. It's not illegal if the president does it. So he's trying to get all this January 6th stuff swept under the rug. Oh no, he's not. He
Oh, the
wasn't
one
liable.
that's coming up with our guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he's not going to win that, by the way. The
I don't
Supreme
think he's
Court
gonna.
already gave him a reprieve on something they shouldn't have.
Yeah,
And they voted 9-0, but he got away with that. I want to thank the Supreme Court, like they're smart and you're not. Wait till he gets the news that they're not going to let him get by with acting.
there's no way. There's no way. I mean,
with Mel Gibson, where he said he had, was it a German man? He had something where he couldn't be arrested. What is that called? And you're a foreigner on US.
It was lethal weapon and diplomatic immunity.
I have diplomatic immunity. He was from South Africa and they shot him.
He
right
was, really good actor. Really good actor. Yes. Because he kept
That's what I'm
screaming
feeling Trump saying. I have diplomatic immunity.
Yes. Diplomatic immunity. That he was like
I mean,
screaming it.
I could be wrong, but I'm really feeling that he's going to get hit with this. Yeah, he's going to end up looking like the fool.
Yeah,
his fortune's fate will change. He will suffer greatly. Look at this. He's not healthy. The Four of Swords is the coffin.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's funny.
He's the hangman in the outcome. And he's got the devil. He's got the devil right there. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, that's I don't think he sees it coming, Linda. I really don't. I think he's so delusional.
Thinks he's full of it. He thinks he's all that in a cup of tea.
I've got him with the 10 swords in the back. He's my fourth grade teacher used to say the phrase cruising for a bruising, and I feel like that's Trump right now.
Is Donald Trump going to get immunity on the January 6th? Loud and clear, no. Loud and clear, no.
Oh, well, that's all right. If we're going to,
and they know it too. By the way, they know it.
That.
The Supreme Court knows it.
Oh, I've got a no too. I've got a
Yeah.
big no.
I do.
That.
My no is
Yeah.
back and forth, which is interesting.
Isn't that funny? Well, I programmed mine. Did you program? I programmed it. So I read some book that, oh, this is, you program it. So I actually programmed it so no goes to the left and yes goes to the right. And I don't know is back and forth.
Isn't that interesting? I'll try that.
Yeah. 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 This is, yeah, Trump. I listen, you guys, I don't think, listen, I have been, I have to bathe myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka, whatever it is, Minnetonka, before I after I do this. But I've been following a lot of MAGA stuff. Do you ever watch
Yeah.
this stuff?
Yeah.
I've been watching them on social media, and
And
they really think he's going to win.
let them think that.
It's just it's so funny that they can't see that they have a man that's been indicted and found
He's
guilty.
he's out on bond right now.
Yes.
Could you
And I'm
imagine
watching.
if Biden was out on bond, how everybody would be saying, "Oh my God, you can't even begin to let him try."
No, no, they would call him a disgrace. They tell him he had to bow out. He couldn't run. I mean, it would be everybody would say it. Not
I
just.
have been told beyond a reasonable doubt from my guys that this man, in fact, will not become the next president. It may be because he doesn't make it to the finish line. It may not be
Entirely
that he's voted out as much as he physically can't make it.
It's entirely possible. I have been seeing him lately with. Do you ever see stuff like this? It's weird. Ever since I had the near death thing, I see picture. I never really used to see pictures when I was reading on stuff. Not usually. I've been seeing him with scabs all over his abdomen.
Is that because he's getting injections, you think?
I don't know. The thing with the visions, which is kind of annoying, is I never really know. They're never like giving me a full story. It's kind of like I'm seeing this thing, but I'm not sure why. So I kind of have to interpret it a little bit. So I don't know if it's injections. I don't know if they're just saying, hey, he's unhealthy here because,
Yeah,
a scab,
maybe,
it's like a
maybe,
wound.
because he
But
doesn't eat. I always have
no,
dreams of jumping in my bikini, running down the beach with Gerard Butler. I know it to be true.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Oh, I love that.
I know the minute
God.
he sees me, he's going to say, "It's you." And then he'll say, "Would you leave me alone on your show?"
I was unaware there was a Gerard Butler obsession happening.
Oh, I've been crazy about him. I used to have a tall thing of him in the back, if you'd seen my shows
Oh,
back then. And I'd act like, "Oh, Gerard, can you just hold on? I'm trying to finish with my group here."
oh my God, he's cute. He's very cute in the accent. Oh,
He's
girl,
getting a little bit weathered.
is
I think
he?
he's a smoker.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll give you that little bit. He's getting older, that's for sure, which I like better
Yeah,
because,
I was thinking about somebody the other day, and I said, "Oh, they've not aged well," and I can't remember who it was, but they are a smoker, somebody famous, and I was like, "Oh, you haven't aged so
yeah,
hot."
some people just really will change in their looks, especially if they're smokers. And
Yeah,
he's
that'll change
Scottish.
everything.
Scottish people can get older looking pretty fast. But as long as the
It
plumbing is okay, I'm good.
Ah. Woo! Gerard Butler, I love that.
What'd you
I
say?
love I know, I love it. So, well, since we've sort of migrated to the UK, what do you think about King Charles and the health situation?
He's unhealthy. He went back to
I
work.
know.
He's unhealthy. And Camilla's very worried about him. But what do you think about Kate?
You know, everybody there was kind of this big social media thing. Oh, we haven't seen her, we haven't seen her, and everybody's kind of freaking out. And she just feels it feels like a long recovery. It feels
It's
like
not
she
something
hasn't.
simple that was done for her, not something simple.
No, I agree totally. I agree. And everybody, well, everybody was talking about, and I don't like this. I'm not a huge fan of it, but everybody's sort of speculating about, oh, eating disorder, because she was so skinny. And I no, she obviously had tummy. There's something going on in the tummy that she obviously for
I
years
think she
wasn't able
always
to eat
has to be
right.
careful what she eats. She has a nervous stomach.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of
Yep. Yep.
Capricorns
Yep.
have nervous stomachs because they have to
They
keep,
do.
they're always got the upper chin, you know. So
Yeah. No,
I
that
am
Virgos too.
feeling, she's got some severe health issues, especially next year.
Yeah, I think this, I took a look at her and everybody's freaking out. And like I said, the palace said she wasn't going to show up till Easter. Easter's not, we're not here yet. We're not there yet. So I don't think it's weird that nobody's seen her. But I do think it's a much longer recovery than either the doctors were telling her or that she believed it would be. Because when I read on her, I could feel the pain. There's still pain.
Yeah.
There's still
Maybe
pain
they've
there.
removed part of her colon
That's what I'm
and
wondering.
did a
They took something out.
ostomy and they might put it back together and then she has to recover.
Yeah.
Because I heard she had to go back in.
Yes. Yeah. I know they took something out. That's what I don't know. I didn't know what it was. It could have been gallbladder. I don't know, but I know they took something out. Um, and like I said, when I read on her, she doesn't feel, you know what I mean? She doesn't feel strong right now, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
you're
wish I
thinking,
could say I see her being hella healthy and getting right through this. I don't see it.
no,
And she
no.
might be a sad story like Diana.
God, I hope not.
Gone
Knock
too
wood.
soon. Gone too soon.
Knock wood. Knock wood. I really hope not. But I agree with you. I think she's got a road ahead of her towards recovery.
And they're getting everybody they can. And that family, that's why they're not talking, because it's serious.
It's serious, and I believe that about Charles. I think they're trying to downplay the Charles
Yeah, and I
situation.
see Charles stepping down. He might not die, but he's going to be sick enough that his son can take over.
And years ago when I first started 2017, I was reading on him, and I never saw he would be king. I was wrong on that. I own that. But I said, no, there's something weird here. He's not king. And then I kind of said, well, maybe he's not king for very long. There's something weird.
That's it. He's
And
not going to be
and
king for very long.
that's it. I think he's, I mean, what, he was crowned, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
And then bam, you get cancer? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
He's got cancer for
that's
sure. I think
rough.
they announced he has cancer, right?
They did. They did. They said it was, I'm looking at his cards right now. They said, hi, puppy. Hi. Hi. Hello. Yeah, he's here in his cards. Look at that. He's coming in with the tower.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. He's
I
coming in with
think
the
Charles
tower.
knows. Charles is Scorpio. You Scorpios know if you're TikTok, the time is coming.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And he's got that Uranus opposition just like me. I mean, we have that. Uranus is in Taurus for another couple years. Hi, puppy. I wonder if he does step down.
I think he'll get sick enough that he hands it over to William. But I see Kate just really struggling.
Poor thing. I feel sorry for her. All
She's
that
a
sweet.
Capricorn. She's very sweet, but her children, did you see her son telling her off?
No.
He was very rude and and some camera caught him telling her, touched her face like that, and she's trying to calm him
Whoa.
down and telling him this. But I don't know who's raising them, and she's probably part of it, but she's very sweet disposition. My kids were afraid of me. That's what you got to do, put the fear of God in them. They crapped their pants the minute I yelled. You know what I'm saying? Because they were spoiled, but when I said get in line, they got in line. And I didn't
Yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
violent with them like my dad was violent with us. But
Yep.
you got to put the fear of God in a child a little bit, but not by hitting them, just by making them.
Right.
My kids
Right.
were really good.
There are consequences. I used to tell my nephew that, because I'm basically his mother. But I used to, even little, I would say, listen, there's consequences to this behavior. Do you
Yeah.
want
Oh,
to find out what
Scorpios are
those are?
famous
This
for
is
it.
but I would
Scorpios
say
are
that there's
famous.
consequences to this behavior. Do you want to know what they
Scorpios
are? And
will
he's
raise
like,
their kids to toe the line. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he's a good kid. He's a sweet kid. Never had any problems with him. But I used to tell him every once in a while when he would jump out, I'd say, this kind of things has consequences. So if you continue to do it, you're going to find out what those are. And it was never me doing anything. It was
Or
real world. I
smacking
would
them
bring him the
around or
real
anything.
world.
Yeah.
No, God, no. No, but I would say, this kind of behavior, and it would be certain things. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to take you to go to the movies now because I don't want to be around you because you've been acting out.
Yeah.
That's the consequence. You're not acting, you're not being appropriate. You didn't finish your homework and now you're going to get a bad grade. I would let him go get bad grades. I would let him do it. That's the consequence. That's life, you
I
know?
remember my dad putting my brother's head through the back garage wall.
God,
My dad was violent.
that's terrible. That's
You think his
terrible.
way or you don't think at all. So when you're raised with that fear, my brother actually decided F you and did what he wanted to do anyway. And he was beat bloody. He didn't care till he ran away and never came back.
Oh God. I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
Oh, that's who
That's
he was. He was a bully, my father. Scorpio.
Yeah. Oh, God, really?
Yeah. And let me tell you, when he was laid up in that hospital bed, he craved the days we would come and see him. I actually felt really bad for him, and I would come and see him, and he was so grateful. He was
I bet
so
he
grateful.
was.
He really calmed down as he was dying. But it's funny when you think you rule the roost and you're mean to your family, and think my way or
Right.
don't think at all, and then you're suffering. It opens your eyes. He really did appreciate us towards the end. I
Yeah.
wish my brother could have seen that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would have been real good to my brother.
I bet
So
he would have. I mean, the energy, you can have a shift in energy when you're vulnerable.
yeah, but my mother, the Scorpio, I said, Mom, if you could do it over again, this is while she was dying. Do you think you would have still married Dad? She said no.
Wow.
He was cruel
Wow.
to her too. He was cruel to her too.
Jesus.
He ruled the roost, and everybody just better sit up when he walks in the door. He
That's
was
rough.
funny. People loved him. The other kids loved being at our house because he told the best jokes. He was gone a lot is what saved us because he was a motorcycle racer. But
Oh,
then when he
wow.
broke his back in a motorcycle accident at the age of 42 and became a paraplegic, he changed. He became a different
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
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 So,
That'll do
okay,
it.
where else we going? Enough
Oh,
about me.
well,
What do you think of me?
I think you're fabulous, is what I think.
You think I'm fat?
Um, what? No.
Just kidding.
No,
Okay, where are
although
we going?
I will say, I just want to have one small gripe about my personal life. I also have Jupiter opposing my sign right now. And
What's that
this
mean?
Jupiter opposite, well, Jupiter blows up anything it touches and it's opposing me and it's got me eaten. Let me tell you, this planet, it needs to move into Gemini. I don't eat like this. And it could be the testosterone that I'm taking, it could be part of it. I'm not gonna just blame it all on Jupiter,
Are
but
you growing a pee yet?
no, no, but I feel like a nice beard will be coming in soon. So I'm excited about that. Uh, no, girl,
If it,
I'm eating.
I'll have to look it up. I don't know. I'll have to ask Andre in my chart where Jupiter is.
Yeah, Jupiter is in Taurus, so it's probably trining you. It's probably giving you really good stuff right now.
Okay, yeah, because I'm a Virgo with a Libra
Virgo.
rising. Okay.
Love that Libra. Okay, so let's look. I want to look at. I'm sure you know about this, but P Diddy is in big trouble.
I don't really know who he is.
Okay, so P Diddy he founded Bad Boy Records back in the 90s. There are rumors that he how am I going to put this? He gave favors to Clive Davis in order to get that record label. Rumors. Um, but basically, he produced and then became a rapper on his own. But he's not very good. But he produced all these '90s rap albums and hip hop albums, just iconic. He was with J-Lo for a long time. He was with her, and lately there have been lawsuits. Me Too stuff. It's Me Too stuff. So people are coming out and saying, he's done terrible things. And he recently just paid off this young woman and, go away kind of a thing. Well, now there's a new lawsuit from a young man claiming also terrible Me Too type things. So I'm wondering what you see. Is this the end of this man? Is Diddy done? I mean, is his public life just over and done with? Is he Weinstein?
Diddy. Sometimes it's better with people who don't know that person to read on them.
It is. It's interesting.
I don't know him.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Well, it was like that when you read on Biggie and Tupac. Biggie was actually on Diddy's record label. I didn't really, you know who they were, but you didn't really know who they were, and you nailed those readings.
But the other thing, they're all sexual molesters. All of them.
I know.
It's a shame. Did he have some children out of wedlock?
He has like 10.
Yeah, I felt a couple of them are out of wedlock.
Yeah, he's got a ton of kids.
He makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
The money's flowing in. I don't see Armageddon with him.
I
see some him going over the smoother water. So he might, behind closed doors, pay off some people, but he's not going to be demolished by this.
No, I don't think so, girl.
What's his sun sign?
I don't know what Diddy is. I may be a Capricorn, maybe, but don't quote me on that. I honestly don't know. But he never had, even as a kid, I didn't like him. He never had good vibes for me. And I loved all the hip hop. I loved it. I mean, ate it, drank it, slept it. I loved it. I wore the baggy pants, girl. I wore the baggy pants hanging off my butt. Yes, I did. I really did. With a little half top. I thought I was Left Eye from TLC. And this guy I never liked. I never liked him.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
I'm
way older than you. I'm past that. I never was into the rap kind. Nicole, my daughter is.
Yeah.
She would probably know who he is.
I'm sure she would. So Diddy comes out. Okay. All right. I got 2 more things I want to look at. Okay. One thing I'm just curious to know. I mean, have you heard about this guy? I think it's the governor, running for governor in North Carolina.
Oh, the cray.
Yes.
He's not going to win. He's not going to win.
I don't think he's going to win. But when I was watching, reading the press on this guy, and
he doesn't think women should be able to vote.
And that's why I wanted to ask you, what do you see happening? Because basically there's a war on women right now in the United States. I mean, let's be real. Like they're trying to roll us back as far as they possibly can. That's what's
going to save this country is women.
You think so?
Oh yeah, women are going to come out in droves.
How do you think the war on women, like what do you think they're going to try next? You know what I mean? They're already tackling,
well, what's going to happen too is that Congress is going to be taken over by the Dems. Too many women are coming out that I don't care what they tell you on TV, you guys, about Joe Biden's numbers are low. I don't care. I'm telling you, Joe Biden's going to win. And I see the Senate being, once again, being Democrat run and Congress being dead. You're still going to have your states that are just going to hold on to the crazies.
Yeah. But true.
It's going to take another 2 years before we calm down a little bit because we may have some hustling in the streets. Because I don't know if Trump's going to just drop or he's going to get real sick, but he's got bad chart according to Andre come June.
Yeah. and well, and not only that, but when we were reading on Trump back in 2015, 16,
Yeah.
15 in
Oh,
there,
girl,
you and
you
I were
got a
reading on
memory.
Trump. We were my God, for a minute I thought that was a cigarette. I was like, oh, she started
No,
taking up smoking. What is she doing?
it's marijuana. It's marijuana.
A little joint. But we were reading on him. You and I would text each other or even be on the phone with each other. We'd be reading on Trump. We never saw him winning, but we could both feel the momentum of this man. You could feel the momentum of Trump. I don't feel that this time around.
No.
Do you feel, you know what I mean? There's something where his energy just
I don't
isn't
care how
moving
much
like,
they say he's ahead of Biden. It's like you're talking is going right through me.
yeah,
If I feared it, I would tell you, but I'm not even
I
fearing it.
agree.
It's almost like
No,
the
I'm
sword
the
is
same
being
way.
laid down.
I am the same way. I feel I don't even pay attention to it. I mean, I can't I throw cards on it because the cards are always weird and I kind of like to see the progression of the cards. There's something strange that's going to happen around this election. There's something strange. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. The cards are always weird. But always, always, always the outcome is Biden. Always.
Always.
Always. Has
Now,
not
I don't
wavered.
know how long Biden has. He might only be in office a couple of years.
It's
Not that he's
older than
going to
dirt.
die. Not that he's going to die, but I'm thinking Kamala takes over, and after that, another woman becomes president after her terms.
I'm very curious if Nikki Haley or Cheney try. I see a Republican woman.
Well, let me tell you, did you see that old video of Ford? And a
No.
young girl said to Ford, I'll have to find it. She said, do you think there'll ever be a female president? And he said to her, this is back what, 1971, 72, after Nixon got kicked out. He said, well, I'll tell you. My feeling is that there will be a female vice president that takes over for president. And
Oh,
after
interesting.
that, look out.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, that just gave me chills.
Yeah.
That
He
you know,
said,
I
Nixon,
think about a lot of these people. I feel people they have kind of everybody kind of has a psychic ability, but I always think about certain people in positions of power and I wonder how psychic they are. I always think about
yeah.
that, like how psychic is how psychic was Ford? Because like a prediction. You know what I mean? That's
That's a
not just
prediction, and we'll see in the next 4 years if I'm
yeah,
still alive, if he can hang in there for the whole 4 years, or does he have to step down? And she
yeah,
takes over
yeah.
and look out. Yeah.
That's
The thing
really
is,
interesting.
women's are tired. This is what's happening, you guys. And these guys should have known better. Women are
Yeah.
tired of being told what they can do, especially with their bodies.
Yep.
And that's the thing that's going to turn this around. It'll be the women. You
Yeah.
can listen to what all these guys and these people say, but the bottom line is the women. And the women are
Well,
tired of
don't
men
you
telling them what to do.
you feel the male energy in the US? Don't you feel it? They've had a stranglehold on this country the whole time. Literally the whole time. It's been men,
Yeah.
men, 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 men. And I feel it waning. I mean, I feel it. It's there's going to be women in charge. Women,
Yeah.
you know.
It's
Ruth
going to be
Bader
powerful. A
Ginsburg
lot of men
quote.
don't like that. They don't like
No,
uppity women telling them what to do.
they don't. They don't. I like that quote from Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Somebody asked her how many women should be on the Supreme Court, and she said 9. And the reporter was flabbergasted. Like, what do you mean 9? Isn't that too much? And she goes, there's been 9 men the whole time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
why would women be too much? Why would that be too many women? It was never too many men.
Exactly.
I love
I
that. Okay,
love that.
last but not least, I don't want to keep you too long. And this puppy keeps coming in. He's like, what's going on? This
Yeah,
puppy
he's
wants to.
checking it out. Yeah. He's wanting to know who you're
Well,
talking
feel he can feel the vibes too. Wait till you come over and meet him. I mean,
to. Okay.
he loves the psychic stuff. I mean, he used to get really skittish in the very beginning. And now when I'm reading, he'll come in, he wants to sit, he wants to, he's eaten 3 decks of cards, so there's that. Um, but anyway, I got to get to the puppy. So the last thing I want to ask you about now, this is, I just found this out. So
What?
Tommy Tuckville, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg and Warren Buffett in February started selling a ton of stocks. I mean, tons, millions upon millions. They're selling a bunch. And this happened right before the 2008 crash you saw, and the 2000 crash. You saw people start to sell, rich people start to sell stocks. So my question to you, Miss Linda, is what do you see with two different things? I want to look at the stock market because that's different from the economy. People don't realize that, but it really is. I want to look at the stock market and I want to look at the US economy. I would love to know what you're
Let me
seeing.
start off with the stock market.
I'll put cards down too.
The thing is, predictive wise with the stock market, everybody thought this would crash a long time ago, but it didn't.
Yeah, which is interesting, which is really interesting. Well, and I think also, we're coming off the heels now of a Japanese recession, which apparently they did not see coming somehow.
The United States is doing really good. There's nothing wrong with this stock. I'm going to tell you right now. I would say it's in October, you'll have to be, it's adjusting, but it's not Armageddon, according to my cards. And the sun is the outcome.
I agree with you. I think we're going to have a dip. So I think we are
a dip in October.
Yeah, because I see the same thing. Look, we've got pretty cards here. These are good cards for the stock market. These are very nice cards. But then I see a little volatility right there, and there's eclipses in October, Linda. So this is a card of the eclipse. This could be around eclipse, the eclipse. And then I see a dip. I see a little bit of a dip. But you guys, this is a minor arcana card. This is not disaster. This is not death. This is not the tower. This is not the devil. It's a minor arcana card. So I think we're on the same page here.
Yeah, I don't see people running and selling stock and going crazy.
No, I don't either. All right. Well, let's look at the economy, the US economy, and see if we're
in this year, by the end of this year.
Yeah.
The US economy by the end of this year. The US economy. Okay. We make it through, that's for sure. Might be one of the most powerful countries around. Now, did you say Japan went through a little bit of Japan is having problems getting people. They just don't have enough Japanese people.
I know. Yeah, Japan went into a recession. I want to say it was last month, and people were kind of like, wait, what? What is, like, they didn't see it coming somehow? Oh. Well, we'll get good cards on the economy too.
Yeah, there's a little strife here. We might have to be careful and try not to move forward too fast. But look at this. This is fantastic.
We're all same.
Fortune.
Look at that. Yeah. Those are pretty cards. But I do see the strife. I also see it as well in the cards. So yeah, we are, y'all. Back in the day when we first started doing this, we called it dueling cards. And in those very first videos, Linda and I would just start throwing them. And we would always get the same. Very rarely would we ever get completely different. Like, it would be the same reading. We would both see the same thing.
Right.
So I'm feeling very nostalgic today. Obviously, I'm telling my Linda stories. I'm so excited about your book. I can't wait to read it. You guys, I'm waiting for my copy. Linda is waiting
I've ordered a bunch and it's taken forever.
Yeah.
But I'm giving you an autographed copy, of course. And
I know. I'm really excited. You guys, you can buy the book on Amazon. I will link it. You can even
type in my name and it'll show up. It's under, I think it's number 40 of the best list of all books for Amazon. It might be up now.
And is is it both digital and do you have both a digital
No,
book and a hard?
we tried the digital and it ended up being all screwed up, so we had to take it out.
Yeah.
Hannah's working
Um,
on it now.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yes, before I go, you guys, I am doing a deep dive on the John Benet Ramsey Unsolved Mystery. So if you want to join me for that, it is March 22nd, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. We are doing, there will be a recording if you can't make it. It's free for members and patrons. But if you're not one of those, you want to get tickets, I will link that for you down below as well, so you can hang out with me there. I am open for readings. If you want to jump in and grab a reading from me, they are on sale right now for $275. And trying to think if there's anything else. Do you have anything else going on, Miss Linda?
No, I'm just looking for, hold on. So it's on, hold on 1 second, I'll tell you. So under paperback, it's like, it's under, I think it's #1 on New Age.
That's exciting. Isn't that exciting? Now you got me reaching for the phone. I want to see it myself. I may tell you this because it doesn't really come through. I mean, it does a little bit, but when she and I get together, I one day I want for you guys to be in the same place physically as Linda and I, because the vibes, I've never felt anything like it. The vibes are off the chart, and they're off the chart right now. And it just, it, it really, I don't have this with anybody else. I don't have this with anybody else. You know,
Yeah,
it's very special to me. So I just want to say that I'm just going to make a public declaration of love. Uh,
thank you.
but I just want to say it's Linda and I have a relationship like no other I've ever had in my life, and I'm
Oh, thank you.
eternally grateful for it.
Thank you,
And
honey.
like I
Thank you.
said, oh yeah, big
Well,
time.
at the end
People,
of the day, I'm very honored and thrilled that I sold as many books as I've sold.
it's exciting.
It's going like
It's
1,000 books
exciting.
a week,
Yeah.
which is great. So
I told
thank
you,
you.
y'all told her. I told her it was gonna be a big hit. So I think it's really
Thank
exciting.
you.
I think you should do some signings. I think you should like
I
do a
am.
signing
I'm
down
going
at
to be at Angel Heart on next Saturday. Not this weekend, the
Oh,
next weekend.
perfect.
On Saturday, I'll
Oh,
be, and I
that's
hopefully
amazing.
have your book and I can drop it off or you come down there.
Yeah, oh, I'll come down. If
Okay.
I should be around. I'll come down and see it. All right, guys.
All
Guys,
right.
thank you so much for being here. You know Linda G. Um, if you don't know me, you might be watching this somewhere else. If you don't know me, I'm Kirsten Langston, author and intuitive. You can find me at thirdeyechampagne.com.
And it's good to see you again, my friend. So I'll see you not
Yeah,
this weekend, next weekend.
next weekend. All right, friends, thank you so much. And we love you.